From time to time, we all suffer losses in life. We suffer when our loved ones get sick or die. We suffer when our children grow up and move away. We suffer when the vitality of youth is lost and old age sets in. Losses like these are inevitable, as we all know, but ironically, even when you completely understand the inevitability of these losses, you might still want to hold on tightly to everything that time will take away from you. If you cling to everything that's slipping away, if you're constantly grasping to keep and preserve all that you have right now, your mind will churn with grief, worry, and regret, because you can't stop those losses. By resisting change and clinging to the past, you actually entangle yourself even further in suffering. A traditional example compares this to monkeys who get caught by a clever trap that's made from an empty coconut, pierced with a hole just large enough for a monkey's hand to slip through. Food is placed in the coconut to lure a monkey to reach inside. When it grasps the food, its hand becomes too big to pass back out through the narrow hole. As long as it holds on to the food, it can't remove its hand, so the monkey gets trapped by its own act of grasping. When you grasp for things that are slipping away from you with the passage of time, you trap yourself in a net of grief, worry, and regret. When you try to stop the unstoppable or control the uncontrollable, you can end up thrashing about wildly in that net and get even more entangled. Ironically, you can free yourself from all that if you simply let go, if you stop clinging to the past and accept the new reality that time has brought forth. How can you do that? Spiritual teachings and certain meditation techniques can help you loosen your grip on the past and more gracefully accept the inevitable losses of life. The doctrine of karma explains that such losses occur due to karma, due to the results of actions committed earlier in this life and in past lives. For example, the length of your life is believed to be determined by your past karma. The laws that govern karma are part of the natural intelligent order that governs the entire universe, ensuring that the planets remain in their orbits and the sun rises each morning. You might not understand the laws that govern planetary motion, but you know the sun will rise. In the same way, you might not understand the laws of karma, but you know everyone born will die. Anything gained can be lost, and everything in life, without exception, is subject to change. You can more gracefully accept losses in life if you fully understand the natural, intelligent order that governs the universe, and if you see that order as a manifestation of God's intelligence. It's not possible to explore this important topic right here, but it's thoroughly explained in the Bhagavad Gita. In Chapter 2, Sri Krishna says, Siddhya siddhyoho. When you encounter success or failure in life, samo bhutva. Consider them the same. Treat success and failure alike because either is equally possible due to the laws of karma. Samatvam yoga uchyate. Yoga is samatvam, equanimity, the graceful acceptance of whatever unfolds in life, according to the natural intelligent order of the universe. This kind of unconditional acceptance comes with spiritual wisdom. This very same wisdom is also expressed in the well-known Serenity Prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I can't change. Grant me the courage to change the things I can, and grant me the wisdom to know the difference. Many people unwittingly hold themselves responsible for situations over which they have no control. For example, imagine someone 93 years old, diagnosed with terminal cancer, who's been bedridden for months and now lies dying in a hospital. When doctors say that nothing more can be done, family members sometimes demand that extreme medical measures be used to keep their loved one alive. Those measures might forestall death by a few hours or a few days, but they only delay the inevitable. Sadly, this over-the-top effort drags the family members into a prolonged, agonizing, and ultimately futile struggle. When they commit themselves to keeping their loved one alive, regardless of the situation, they take upon their shoulders burdens that no one should have to bear. Bearing unreasonable and unnecessary burdens in life doesn't make you more responsible. It only makes you suffer. To understand the consequences of such burdens, imagine an inflatable raft that's heavily loaded with people floating down a very shallow stream where lots of rocks and boulders protrude from the stream bed. The raft will certainly get stuck on the rocks again and again. On the other hand, imagine a leaf floating down the same stream. Because it's so light, the leaf can easily skim across the stream's surface and avoid all the rocks. This metaphor suggests that if you're heavily burdened with unreasonable concerns, that is, if you hold yourself fully responsible for situations you can't control, then you'll get stuck in life, so to speak. Agonizing emotions can overcome you, sometimes leading to depression and preventing you from moving on with your life. But if you unburden your heart, if you let go of unreasonable concerns, then you can more easily navigate the obstacles of life. You can skirt the challenges that lie ahead as effortlessly as the leaf. In addition to the spiritual teachings we've just discussed, several meditation techniques can also help you accept losses in life more gracefully. In the Hindu tradition, the powerful Mahamrityunjaya mantra is often recited at times of crisis, loss, and death. Symbolically, this mantra helps you release your grip on the past, or on life itself, like a ripened fruit gets released from its vine. Using this mantra for meditation can be very helpful. You can find a link to the Mahamrityunjaya mantra in the video description below. Another helpful practice makes use of the Ujjayi pranayama technique taught earlier in this course. The next exercise is based on that technique. If you don't remember how to perform Ujjayi pranayama, you can return to the lesson where it was taught using the links below, and then proceed here. For this exercise, it's best if you sit in a place that's suitable for meditation. You can listen to this exercise using a laptop computer, a tablet, or a mobile device like your phone. This exercise is also available as a podcast or download from our website using the links below. I hope you are now seated comfortably in a suitable place. This exercise will take about 15 minutes. First, sit with a proper posture, as we discussed before. Close your eyes gently and take a deep breath to get settled down. Now, make a sankalpa to affirm your intention and commitment to meditate. Acknowledge the fact that you have many unfulfilled responsibilities and issues that need to be addressed. Since you don't want to be distracted by those things during this meditation, you can give yourself permission to set all those concerns aside, just for the next 15 minutes. Next, we'll perform the progressive relaxation exercise, like in previous lessons. Start by turning your attention to your feet. Become aware of sensations there. Notice the sense of pressure as your feet press down. Notice the touch of your clothing and feelings of warmth or coolness. Now, become aware of any tension that might be held in the muscles of your feet and let go of that tension. Allow those muscles to relax completely. Next, turn your attention to your ankles and calves. Notice sensations of pressure, the touch of your clothing, warmth or coolness. Become aware of any tension held in the muscles of your ankles and calves and let go of that tension completely. Next, turn to your knees and thighs. Notice the weight of your hands or arms where they rest. Notice any other sensations. Become aware of any tension held in your knees and thighs and let go of that tension completely. Next, turn to the trunk of your body. Feel the weight of your body pressing down. Feel the firmness of the seat beneath you. Let go of any tension. Next, turn to your lower back and stomach together. Become aware of any sensations. Let go of any tension. Now, turn to your upper back and chest. Become aware of sensations and let go of any tension. Now, your shoulders, arms, and hands. Become aware of sensations and let go of any tension. Finally, your neck, face, the muscles around your eyes, at your temples, and across your forehead. Let go of any tension. Now, start to perform the Ujjayi pranayama technique taught before. Use yogic breathing to fill your lungs completely from the bottom up. As you inhale, silently recite the word peace 3 times. Peace, peace, peace. Then exhale, using a slight constriction of your larynx muscles to restrict the flow of air, and listen for the hissing sound produced. As you exhale, silently recite the word release 3 times. Release, release, release. Continue to perform Ujjayi pranayama. With each inhalation, imagine that you're being filled with peace, contentment, and well-being as you recite peace, peace, peace. With each exhalation, imagine that you're letting go of all your burdens and concerns, emptying yourself more and more completely of any remaining heaviness of heart as you recite release, release, release. For one more minute, continue to perform Ujjayi pranayama. With each inhalation, imagine that you're being filled with contentment and well-being as you recite peace, peace, peace. With each exhalation, imagine that you're emptying yourself more and more completely of any remaining heaviness of heart as you recite release, release, release. Now, if you're completely comfortable with this practice so far, you can develop it further by inhaling just a bit more deeply as you recite peace, peace, peace. Then pause for a moment or two before exhaling just a bit more slowly as you recite release, release, release. Be sure to adjust your breathing so that you never feel lightheaded or short of breath. Continue to perform Ujjayi pranayama. With each inhalation, imagine that you're being filled with peace, contentment, and well-being as you recite peace, peace, peace. With each exhalation, imagine that you're letting go of all your burdens and concerns, emptying yourself more and more completely of any remaining heaviness of heart as you recite release, release, release. For just one more minute before we conclude, continue to perform Ujjayi pranayama. With each inhalation, imagine that you're being filled with contentment and well-being as you recite peace, peace, peace. With each exhalation, imagine that you're emptying yourself more and more completely of any remaining heaviness of heart as you recite release, release, release. Now, as we conclude this exercise, breathe normally and just listen to these closing remarks. You can practice this technique whenever you want, listening to this exercise again or without it. If you practice it independently, you can replace the words peace and release with any other words you find helpful. In the next lesson, we'll discuss the use of meditation to gain a wider perspective on your life.